In this video, I would like to show you some obscure items from my RPG collection. Hello everyone, welcome back to the RP Games YouTube channel. My name is Ralph and it is still RPGADAY 2019 and the mystical word of today is obscure. So I thought I would show you a number of obscure items from my role-playing game collection. Now, what does obscure mean? That's a good question. Is it something that is rare? Is it something that is so rare that most people have not even seen it? I don't know. What do you think? What is the definition of an obscure item? Let me give you an example. This is Courting Madness by Pagan Publishing. To me, this is not really an obscure item for the reason that I've seen a number of them already. I own only one. This is published in only 200 copies, and this copy is number 8. Now, does this count as an obscure item, or is it just a rare item? It's a good question, huh? So, what I would like to do is find some items which are less easy to find than Courting Madness, if that makes sense at all. I don't know if I will succeed, or let me say, I don't know if I will be right about the items that I've chosen. But yeah, let's see. So, could be that you've never seen Courting Madness before, and that's totally fine. Let me know in the comments if you know of this release or if you own one. I'm always very interested to hear and see what kind of items people have in their collections. So let's see if I can find some things in my collection which I think are more difficult to find than Courting Madness. Let's start with Lamentation of the Flame Princess. I'm not sure if you can see this. This is the 10th anniversary of the random esoteric creature generator. Now this was released last year, so that's not the obscure item. I would say the obscure item is this one. This is the original from 2008, so I think this is one of the very first Lamentation of the Flame Princess releases. There is not really a printed number on them. This was added on later releases that actually mentions the print number. But yeah, I don't know if a lot of people own this one or have seen this one before. If not, now you have. What else do I have? I have another one from Lamentations of the Flame Princess. This is another very early release, another 2008 release, Fantasy fucking Vietnam. And this is copy number 25. Now, this is a hand-numbered copy, so I cannot imagine that there is a huge print run of this small little booklet. You know, it's only a couple of pages, as you can tell, it's full of text though. But yeah, so I don't know where this counts or where this lands on the obscurity scale, but you don't see them very often, I think. Then there are two releases from Pagan Publishing. One is the Realm of Shadows campaign, and one is the Walker in the Wastes campaign, both from Pagan Publishing, both amazing campaigns. I'm a huge fan of Pagan Publishing. So those are not the obscure items, but did you know that for these two releases, Pagan Publishing also published player handout kits? Now, they come in envelopes like this. So this is the player handout kit for the Realm of Shadows campaign. So it contains all the handouts for the campaign. There is like a calendar, you know, it's basically, not quite sure how to show you without changing the camera angle. So this is basically all the handouts for the campaign gathered in one envelope so that you can just hand them out. You don't have to copy the pages from the original books. Now a similar thing was created for Walker in the Waste. And actually it was created in two different colored envelopes, which I happen to own both of them. So there was a one in a white envelope and there was one in a yellow brownish envelope. So the contents are the same, just different envelopes, that's all. So these are also quite rare, I would say. I've seen a number of these on eBay already, so I don't know how widespread the knowledge is that these exist. By all means, for all the items that I'm showing you, let me know if you've, seen them or read them or owned them. Would give me a good idea of how well known some of these items are. Then, and you will see that there is a heavy focus on Call of Cthulhu stuff because that's a big chunk of my collection, like Call of Cthulhu or Delta Green from all different publishers. So this is a fiction anthology from, this is also Pagan still, Dark Theaters. Now this is the mass market version. Did you know that there is also a limited edition version which looks like this? Now for this one, the limited edition, only 100 copies were printed. They sold out in about a week. And the contents are not completely the same. There is a story called Astronomy, which is in the limited edition and not in the mass market version. And there are two stories, one from John Tynes and one from Dennis Detwiller, which are in the mass market version, but are not in the limited edition version. So there you go, a little bit of extra information. Then, more Call of Cthulhu. Lurking Fear from Triad Entertainment. This is an early 90s release, I would say. Yep, 1990. Now this I would not rate as obscure, although these days it's probably hard to find. But did you know that Triad Entertainment also released a handout package for Lurking Fears? So this is again a package for all the handouts of the booklet. And this, I would say, rates quite highly on the obscurity scale because I've only seen one copy and I purchased it. So I don't want to say that there is only one copy available, of course not, but I've only seen this once and yeah, and then it ended up in my collection. The next item, you guessed it, is more Call of Cthulhu. This is the 20th anniversary Call of Cthulhu limited edition. There are, if I'm not mistaken, 666 copies of this limited edition. But did you know that there are 6 different versions, at least that I know of this limited edition? 6 different ones. I don't own all 6, and to be very honest, I don't think I ever will, because some of them are extremely rare, and some of them are so obscure that I only learned of their existence like, maybe like 2 years ago. So this is the regular one. Then there is the Miskatonic University Library Edition, which has like a golden elder sign on the cover and like a sticker on the inside cover. There were 300 copies of that one. Then there is, let's see, the Name Edition. Those were only available on the Chaosium website for a very short while. There's only 10 copies of those, and you could have your own name printed or written in the book. So that's 3 of them already. Then the 4th one and the 5th one are so obscure that I didn't even know of their existence until about a year or maybe 2 years ago. So one is the Gen Con 2002 edition. There are 20 copies of that one. And then there is the Origins 2002 edition, which apparently are only 10 copies. And then I don't own these, and seeing how many copies there are, good luck tracking those down. And then there is one that I do own. And that is the 6th one, and this is the Contributors Edition. Now, the Contributors Edition can be recognized by the fact that the name of one of the Mythos gods is written in the book. And you can tell that my copy is Tsar. And I happen to have like an extra autograph in here from Sandy Peterson, which was not available in the limited edition. I saw Sandy at a convention and I asked him to sign this one. So there are 50 copies of the Contributors Edition, and they were sent out to the people who contributed to the book. I'm not one of those people, obviously. I found it online. Let's see. Okay, so these are what you call the Kraken chapbooks. These happen to be 2 chapbooks written by Robin D. Laws of Pelgrane Press, Mother of Monsters and Sharper Adventures in HeroQuest Glorantha. Now, these are created as a fundraiser for the Kraken Gaming Retreat. If you've never been to the Kraken Gaming Retreat and you like Chaosium games, then really that is the retreat to go to. I cannot say convention because then Fabian, the organizer, will be pissed off with me. So it's kind of like a week-long gaming vacation in Germany in a castle. And like, I cannot recommend this highly enough. This is really an amazing place. And you get the chance to hang out with Sandy Peterson, who is there every year. And there is Chaosium staff walking around. So yeah, it's a really amazing place. This year, Robin D. Laws will be there again. So that's very cool. I can get him to sign these if he feels like it. There is also a chapbook written by Sandy Peterson called Forgotten Secrets of Glorantha. I would love to show that to you as well, since I own it, but I couldn't find it in time for this video. So it's somewhere in the gigantic mess of boxes that is my attic. But what I do have, and this is, I think these are already quite obscure, to be honest, since you can get them at the convention. And I think if you email the organizer, he will send you a printed copy as well. But The Forgotten Secrets of Glorantha by Sandy Peterson is also available in Japanese because Call of Cthulhu is quite popular in Japan, and Sandy Peterson is a very well-liked person over there. So since this was a Sandy Peterson chapbook, some fans in Japan offered to translate it. And there you go. There are, I think, about like 13 copies of this chapbook anywhere in the world. So this is one of them. Talk about obscure, right? All right. And then I wanted to save the best for last. There is a really cool game called Unknown Armies by Greg Stolze and John Tynes. And these are names that come back a lot in my collection because I have a lot of stuff from R Green Publishing. I have a lot of stuff from Pagan Publishing. So I really like, you know, the group around the Delta Green partnership and so on. Now, Unknown Armies first appeared at Gen Con in 1998, but that was not this version. There is an ashcan version, what people call it apparently, of the Unknown Armies rulebook. Now, what is the big difference between this book and the ashcan version? Well, this book was published by Atlas Games, and the ashcan still has the Archon Games logo on the back. So originally Unknown Armies was supposed to be published by Archon Games. However, they went out of business, and then Atlas Games, who were also interested in Unknown Armies, finally released it. The ashcan version of the rulebook, according to John Tynes, there are about 100 copies that were printed and hand-assembled at a Kinko's in Milwaukee the night before Gen Con. So only about 100 copies. And then there is actually another supplement that was available, and that is called the Albuquerque supplement. Now that is an obscure item because I had never even heard of that one. So I asked John Tynes and Greg Stolze. John didn't even remember the supplement. Greg did remember the supplement. And he showed me a picture of it. And I sent him an email asking him if he by any chance had an extra copy. Unfortunately, he did not. And I thought by myself, well, you know, I tried. Too bad. My Unknown Armies collection is no longer complete. That was September 2018. Then, in June of 2019, so not too long ago, all of a sudden I receive an email from Greg Stolze telling me, hey, I found one. And apparently a friend of him was moving house and had, you know, a copy of the ashcan and the Albuquerque supplement. And he had sent an email to Greg asking, hey Greg, do you think anyone is interested in these? Yes, I am. And so Greg got me in touch with this person, and we made a deal, and I have a box in which normally the ashcan and the Albuquerque supplement should be. So I haven't opened it yet. I have it in my possession for a while, but I really wanted to do an unboxing on video. So if we're talking about obscure items, this is the perfect moment. So let's unbox this. And I'm currently feeling like a kid in the candy store because I've never ever seen this supplement. So yeah, pretty excited for this one. Here we go. Oh my god, this is... This is so amazing. I received a beautiful drawing. Thanks for that. This is so exciting. I don't even know where to start opening this thing. Let me get some tools. Let's not destroy the product. So this is the Ashcan version of the Unknown Armies rulebook. Like I said, only about 100 copies were created. So on the back, as you can tell, this one says Atlas Games. And here on the back, it says Archon. So that is the big difference. Another difference is that the inside cover doesn't contain the index, but from what I know, the rest of the text should be similar than what was in the actual rule book. So this one I actually was aware of. And this one is the one that has me smiling ear to ear. This is the Unknown Armies Albuquerque supplement. So talk about obscurity. I had never even seen one until Greg Stolze showed me a picture. So yeah, this is pretty cool. I'm going to go through this afterwards. Like I'm shaking even, it's crazy. So yeah, the life of a collector can be pretty cool at times when you find like these super rare releases. It's amazing. And on the back again, the Archon logo. So this was available at Gen Con 1998. No idea how many of these were available, as John Tynes didn't even remember the supplement when I brought it up. So if it is a similar, if they made similar copies like they did for the Ashcan, then I would say like maximum 100, but could be that there were a lot less of these created. So yeah, that's what I wanted to share with you today on the RPGADAY Obscure Day. I'm quite excited, as you can tell. This really is crazy. This is so amazing to have this one. Yeah, I'm going to end the video here, and I'm gonna take a look at this in a bit more detail. So if you've enjoyed that, by all means, hit the like button. Subscribe to the channel if you want to see more of my RPG content. Thank you very much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. And oh, there is a bonus surprise.